Hi, everyone. Welcome to Lifestyle Envy. Okay. Hi, hey, everybody. Come on in. Where's Lord? It's always something. Oh, there. Welcome to Lifestyle Envy. Hi, everybody. Hey,
Hey,
hey.
how you doing, my love?
Okay. Welcome to Lifestyle Envy. I barely can see with these glasses on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me good?
Yep, you sound great.
Okay, I'm just trying to get myself adjusted right. Welcome to Lifestyle Envy. What's going on with you?
Oh Lord, I'm hot. It is.
Hot. I just turned the air on, girl. But how about I see you've been on vacation or something? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, we went out to the Bahamas for my friend's 30th birthday trip, and it was so much fun.
It was. It looked like you was having a good time.
Like just the energy, everyone there. Whenever you book group trips, it's iffy because you don't know who's going to show up.
Right.
For this one, all I knew was my friend. It was her birthday, and the rest were her friends. But everything was great. We had an amazing time, and I definitely needed that vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I see you was turning up, having a good old girl's time. You
Mm-hmm.
know, having a funky good time. It's always good to do a girls trip, and catch up and just have a good time.
Well, actually, there was some guys there, and we said we were going to do a girls trip because, like, whenever
Go ahead.
us
I hear.
girls go out. Whenever us girls go out and on trips together, like we like to dance, we like to shake our butt, we like to just get like girly, but it was kind of awkward with the boys there. So I mean, we still have fun, but we're definitely gonna do a girls trip where since we're more comfortable there now. Like the
Right.
guys were there because one of them have friends and family there, so we wanted to feel safe and know that like we were protected. So yeah, but it was a great time. I'm just not getting back in motion coming off vacation, and then we have Mardi Gras here, so I just been feel like I've been just on the go for a week straight.
I see, girl, you've been untouchable, like couldn't even non-communicating. And I would say, girl, you have a good time. I seen through your pictures. I'm going to take me a trip to the Bahamas in November. I'll be there for 5 days.
Yes, you're gonna love it. You probably won't have service there. You got to do everything on the internet, but
Right.
yeah, you're gonna love it.
Okay.
I'm gonna cool down soon.
What you have in your little taste?
Yeah, just a little wine, just some regular box wine.
Okay.
Something I put in my cup for Friday. Just my Friday drink.
Not your Friday drink. Yeah, I enjoy coming on Fridays. Because it's more. I like the late night. And
Mhm.
you can get settled in,
Mhm.
settle down. I'm trying to pull up the show. I'm sorry. See what?
Take time. Yeah, and then on these days, the kids, whether they sleep or not, it's Friday.
Hmm.
So we actually have a clan here today. My son wanted to do a little movie night, slumber party with
Hmm.
his cousins. So they're up there. My brother's up there with them. So he got them under control. So, we just gonna make it work. I don't know.
Yes, girl, because there's a lot been going on, honey. Especially
Hmm.
with Porsche breaking that. Well, Porsche really didn't break the internet. I don't think it was not a break the internet moment. What do you think? What did you get out of it?
Um, I didn't even know much about it, so it couldn't have been much of a break in the internet. What exactly did she do?
Basically, she's supposed to She's supposed to be coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, and
After Candy is not returning.
after Candy freed up the money, so it looks like they're trying to build the storyline around Portia,
Hmm.
and they talks. It's supposed to be Portia and Kenya so far. And then I guess Phaedra is in talks, but I see they announced today that Apollo will be joining Phaedra over on the Married to Medicine reunion, and and it just doesn't make sense to me either. But she's going to be joining them over there on the Married to Medicine reunion, and they're going to go from there.
Aren't they divorced?
Yes, they are divorced. Maybe they got divorced when he went and did that bid that
Hmm.
for fraud, allegedly. But
I
I
would
guess
love
that's what
to.
they want to talk about. So when their story ended on season 9 with Apollo going to jail and Phaedra, and that stuff with Phaedra, Candy, and Portia, they story never ended, because remember Apollo went in and Phaedra was telling the story from her side. So I guess the people want to hear Apollo's side, see how the co-parenting is going and different things in that matter. So,
I guess to each his own, you know. Hey.
but yes, I was in here, girl, trying to get. I got a lot going on in here. I got the lady coming to organize my closets and stuff. I got so much going on, like literally trying
Like
to get.
a
I'm just getting Christmas decorations down. What we in February now? Cause
you a
I
boss.
work so much. But yeah, I got my girl coming in tomorrow. I got everything tore up in here. So, that's what I'm just thinking about. What time I got to get up and do all that. But yeah, so anyway, so Apollo is coming to the Married to Medicine reunion. And I guess they're going to discuss about the co-parenting, how they're getting along, life after the divorce, him and Phaedra being divorced and different things in that matter. Also, you see he didn't show up to the son's birthday party that Phaedra threw him on the show. So, I
Mm.
guess they're going to be asking him questions about that as well. I guess they feel her. They brought Quad ex-husband, his new woman on. So I guess they gonna bring Phaedra on. And then I think Phaedra probably be working her way back over to the Housewives, Real Housewives of Atlanta.
So Phaedra is only on Married to Medicine. She's not on Housewives.
No, she's not on Housewives ever since the incident happened with her and Candy. But Candy had announced that she's leaving the show. Portia now she's coming back because there's a budget now to pay Portia. But I honestly do not believe my question that I had asked everyone: do they think Portia can save the show? I honestly do not think Portia can save the show. I think that Portia had her own show by herself with her family, and I don't see anything different going to be. And honestly, the viewers turned on her when she had her show. Remember she was going to fight. She was trying to attack Dennis's her baby's her daughter's father. She was trying to attack his mother and him. It was just a mess. And I don't know what they're going to do different. She does have a wealthy lifestyle. She's jet setting on private jets around the world.
Hmm.
So. I just want to know what the content is going to be because I don't think she has anything else to bring.
Do you think it has something to do with isn't she married to that man who
Yes,
was
she's
somebody
married to
else's
her.
man?
Yes. Go ahead.
You think they're gonna try to work around that drama? How she took that lady man?
Well, I'm pretty sure that's going to come up, especially with the
Mm.
money that they're probably paying her. I'm pretty sure they want to know that because that was the end of the storyline. And remember, the girl was a part of Atlanta Housewives.
Who was it? What's her name?
Her name was
Keegan?
Fallon. Fallon. Remember
Oh.
Fallon, but the problem is this is what I believe is going to look good on Portia behalf
Mm-hmm.
because Fallon and Simon came on the show as a married couple, introduced as Portia's friend. Okay, in reality, everybody after the season, Portia stated that she really didn't know her. I guess when they bring people on, they have to introduce them as being associated with someone on the show. So I think that's what that was. But also moving forward was I think that uh Simon and Portia really can make it us because remember she ended up being pregnant by the help, by the pool guy, the guy that was Jay.
What?
Yes, yes, girl. So this is why Simon, they was not calling divorce off or none of that because she was really pregnant. And
Mm.
Michelle Brown over at ATL, Michelle Brown, everybody go over there, check her out. She had the story down pat. Fallon running around the community with this belly, and all this stuff, and she kept denying that she was pregnant for a long time till she couldn't hide it any longer. Yes, girl, it was a mess. So that's why they said, Portia really wasn't a home wrecker because she was doing her anyways.
Mm-hmm.
With
I
the
can see
pool
that.
guy.
Mm-hmm. She wrecked her own home, and Portia went
Yes.
over. Portia went over
And
and took
snatched
over.
him up. But at the time, I think they were communicating and courting each other while he was still married, but I believe him and Fallon was separated. So
Mm-hmm.
you still married on paper, but you're dissolving the marriage and basically living separate lives.
And he's pretty well off, right? Like
He's very wealthy. He's like into the oil business, gasoline, and different things like that.
what?
He's a serial entrepreneur, flying jets, and he has stepped up his game. He looks nice. He went and got his grill done. He done lost
Mm.
weight, toned up. I don't know if he had a men's lipo or anything in that matter, but he looks nice. He looks really nice. He's very handsome,
I
chocolate
know
guy.
that's right. Well, what is she doing sleeping with the pool guy and your man was the package. Like,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
she
she
probably didn't think he was gonna find out. Like I'm pretty sure she didn't think he was gonna find out because she hit the jackpot when she was with him. You know.
but she's moving and then she's moving reckless. Like you're married to this man and you have an unprotected sex with the pool guy, get
Yes, that's.
pregnant. Like
Mm.
she did that to herself. So, you know, Portia got the bag and she's doing what's her name again? The other girl?
Fallon.
Fallon, doing what Fallon was supposed to be doing. It's all in the game. I'm not even mad at Portia.
No, I ain't mad at Porsche at all, honey. I ain't never gonna hate on nobody getting to the bag. What my point is,
Mm-hmm.
Porsche also have Simon bought Porsche a $7 million Buckhead mansion in the heart of Atlanta, honey. So I mean,
Mm.
she's really, she's they have upgraded each other. I think, and I guess this is what's going to play out on the show. Now, I just want to know what is the relationship going to be between her and Kenya, because they are frenemies. They never got along. You remember Portia dragged Kenya at reunion number, I want to say that was either 5 or 6. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Portia literally dragged her by her hair. I'm talking about wrapped her hair around her head, and the hood came out of Portia, wrapped her hair
Mm.
around her hand, and took her, mind you, in ballroom gowns, girl, and red bottoms. Okay.
Mm. I
Hmm.
mean, honestly, I love Candy because she's Candy, but it seems like Portia may be a little more entertaining than Candy. Candy has always been kind of like she kind of takes the high road, or whenever she says something back, it's just kind of like, she what's that little smile thing she does? Like she's
Can
very
she go ahead?
no, I thought she was gonna help me with it. She's very like soft spoken, like she'll let her mama run over her. She's just like, you
She's
know,
very manipulative. You know,
who she is?
Candy is. Yeah,
Really?
she's the type of person that throw the rock and hide her hand. That's what
Oh, I
I
don't
get
like
from
no
her.
kind. Yeah.
That's what I get from her cut though. And I just feel like she did all that for them to let her go a few seasons later. Now I think she ever since Nene been gone, I think 13, 14. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like a season later, she's gone. They got rid of Cynthia. They got rid of Nene first, Cynthia, then Candy. Now, so Kenya is standing six out of the standing six, and then we have Portia coming back. And I'm just like, what is their relationship going to be like? Because they just totally dislike each other.
Mm,
They never got along. Like I said,
yeah.
Portia dragged her at the reunion. Kenya is very, very antagonizing type of person. She has an antagonizing demeanor. She's very provocative, tries to provoke a person into doing something,
Yeah.
and she plays dirty to me. So
Yeah.
I don't understand how she's still standing, but I guess they need something. They need to test it. I think they just running it through all girls. They gave Candy the floor. Once they got rid of Nene, they gave Candy the floor, honey, to run everything. Candy had spinoffs or specials off the show. She was calling the shots. The girls was intimidated by her. They were scared to bring up the shooting at her restaurants and all of this stuff. So that Bravo gave Candy the platform to run it, and she could not do it. She could not pull it off. I don't care her team. They gave her. She was running Real Housewife of Atlanta, and she had the Old Lady Gang show on. She had multiple characters on her show,
Mm-hmm.
her spinoff. So I mean, I don't understand how couldn't they make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And so now I think it's Portia's turn. I think they're testing Portia as the HBIC,
Mm-hmm.
with Kenya possibly bringing Phaedra and Apollo back on the show, which Apollo gonna need a homeboy, somebody to feed off of. You know what I'm saying? It was Apollo not by itself. It used to be Apollo, Peter, Greg, Todd. They
Mm-hmm.
all was feeding off of each other. So I just think that I just want to see what it do, if it's possible. I just don't think the show could survive without Nene Leakes. I really don't, you know.
Well, I think we're seeing that coming. I would love to see Nene back. I will. But from the sounds of it, I got my money on Portia over Candy. I think I don't think Portia could probably maintain as well as Nene does, but she probably got something up her sleeve. I'm really interested in watching it with Portia coming back. I actually am.
Yes, I'm a tune in.
We gonna see.
We can review it. We can review it. But you know what else I want to talk about and review is this new show coming on in Atlanta, produced
Mm,
by Carlos King over on the We Network, and it's
mm.
called Bold and Bougie. Okay,
Who?
Bold and Bougie. I'm
Okay.
gonna put my microphone on the next time because it seemed like I'm speaking low. But it's called Bold and Bougie. And moving forward, honey, it is the characters of the show will be Malaysia, um, the girl that was married to Usher, the older lady, Tamika Raymond. And I'm not age shaming her, just that's it. She was older than Usher.
Yeah, I mean, we're not age shaming, but that was the main thing we remember is that
Yeah,
Usher,
yeah,
Usher
she
was
was
the age
older than
difference.
Usher, and the mama just did not like her. Remember, it was
Mm-hmm.
just a mess back then where Usher was going with the style. She was his stylist, turned out to be his wife and his kid's mother. He has
Mm-hmm.
two children by her.
And then he
She's the
dropped that
part.
papers.
Mhm. Yes, you know that. Now she's a part of the show. Is Malaysia, Tamika? It's the lady princess, what they call her, princess, queen princess or something. Anyway, princess is the a part of the show, and she's princess originated from. She's the original producer of Real Housewives of Atlanta when it first came out. She
Is
was
she?
Yes, she was the producer, and she's
And they
coming in
dropped
with.
her?
No, well, she was never on the show. She was behind the scenes,
Got
and
it.
I think they left her company and went over to Truly Original. But I
Hmm.
don't. I'm just calling it like I believe. I'm just thinking that I
Hmm.
know this. But yeah, Princess is there. Well, she's coming in with the demeanor of she's a victim to botched surgery you know. So
She
that's
had
her
botched surgery.
storyline. Yeah, she's by surgery. She's like surgery 11, on number 11, getting her breast done. They supposed to remove her breast. You got to watch it. It's very interesting. And I want to see if this is like something that's going to hit. Carlos King is the executive producer. So,
And he's the one that did Married to, was it Married to Medicine he
no,
started?
he did. He's the original Real Housewives of Atlanta producer with the princess, the lady
Wow.
princess. All of them that was original for the Housewives season one. Carlos was Nene producer. So you
Wow.
know, and it's two other girls. It's two princess, and it's this other girl, and I forgot her name, but she's from I don't know if you know the hairdresser to the stars, Kimberly. Kimberly Campbell, I think her name is. She been doing hair for years, Brandy hair. Remember, she was on the Kardashians when Kim went to her to get learn how to do braids on black girls'
I
hair.
remember that.
Yeah,
I
her. Well,
remember
this
that.
this other girl used to be on her show. She's a hairstylist that turned into a restaurant, and she has multiple restaurants, food trucks, and pop up little brunches and things like that. So it looks like it's going to be good. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to tune into that. I think I would like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
you will like it, and it's a young flavor.
I was gonna ask that because I mean I just pulled it up on Google and it says that they're challenging the ageism stereotypes in Atlanta. So I was wondering, like, is it a fresh feel, or what exactly is it? But I think I might like it. I mean, they look really nice on the cover. I wish I could pull
Hmm.
it up. They look really nice on the cover. It's giving a different type of energy as compared to the typical housewives and
Drama.
the other. Yes, it's giving. Is I really like what they're doing there.
Hmm.
And I'm actually surprised. I'm actually happy that Usher's ex-wife is going to be there on the show,
Hmm.
because I was just thinking about her when I found out that Usher got married again.
Hmm.
Usher's on his third wife, but we could talk
She
about
was
that.
there. She was
He was at the
there.
wedding.
Yes, remember he gave her tickets, and she been discussing this in the PR run. He gave her tickets. The press run on the show, and he gave her tickets to the Super Bowl, have to the show. So he got married that I guess earlier that day before the show in Vegas. So
Hmm.
congratulations to Usher, his new bride.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, she was there, so it looks like they're on good terms.
That's good. I'm really happy to hear that, especially after her loss with her son. You
Right.
know, that was
And
very
that
great.
he never should have been there. That place has so many horror stories, and they
It,
said it's. Go
where was
ahead.
it at again?
It was Lake Lanier, I think. I think it was.
So many stories on that. I would never step foot over there.
No, I wouldn't even go up the way, nowhere near there.
Nowhere
Like
near it.
it's
Yeah,
like it'll suck you in,
literally.
because they said it's an African American city up under there. Something. It's something like that. The story. It's a horror story. It's like people die there all the time,
A
very
lot.
often.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you hear a lot of stories about that. That is tragic. So I do think about her. Um, I
And
do think about that.
I forgot one other person. Neo ex-wife Crystal is there.
The one he just divorced from?
Yes, and
Oh, that's gonna be good.
yes, and they started coming in at because I guess the girls is best friends over there with Neo's ex-wife to Crystal.
Hmm.
Manetta, she was just on the Housewives as well. I think she would be a great fit for this show here.
Hmm.
And that's all they're talking about. Like the whole episode was about this lady, and she was nowhere present. So
Oh no, they
I'm pretty
not.
I'm pretty sure they talking her up to be a friend to the show or some part of that show because
Yeah.
her name is ringing and it seems like she have a lot in common with them girls because they all are claiming to be her dearly, dearly friend, you know, her good girlfriend.
Oh, I,
And Tamika came in shooting fires at Crystal Honey like girl, like these people have been broke up for how long? Like, please don't let this be your storyline because she has so much more other to talk about.
that's what Tamika was saying to Crystal.
Yes, that's what their introduction was. That she knows she's very good friends with Marietta, and she knows her by the pain that she have caused her good girlfriend. She was there with the shoulder to cry on and all of this stuff. I mean, they're telling this girl story, and she's not even a part of the cast. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty messy, but I like messiness. I might tune in.
Yes, girl, I'm telling you, you're gonna like that. And Malaysia tries to be the peacemaker. Malaysia strictly want
Uh-huh.
to move in a positive way, coming from
Hmm.
the basketball wise world. All the drama, the
Hmm.
slanderness of people's character over there. So she's coming in as a good energy type of person. She don't affiliate herself with negativity and stuff like that. So I want to see what it is. Crystal is being very messy. Neo's baby mother is off the meat rack, honey. But
I mean,
she's very young.
I was gonna say that, like, I remember it was a lot of messiness around her, and like, isn't she in the middle of a divorce? They're not. Are they officially divorced yet?
I don't know because usually they film these shows 6 months to a year prior to it making television. Because
Yeah,
they
she's,
gotta
she's
edit
still
it.
she's still healing. It was a lot around her. I remember seeing. I used to follow this page that had the gossip, and I had to stop because I was getting too involved with these people.
Yeah, but that's what we talk about. You want to know it from here to in and out. You know what I'm saying? You want
Mhm.
to come with the most facts as possible.
But this was before I started my platform and my page.
Okay.
So this is when I was just regular degular. I
Uh-huh.
actually want to get back in that group because, like, who was her name? feet. I think she got all the tea. Like people come to her with all the insides and text messages. Like she has everything before it hit
The
the
airways.
yes. So the real tea. But I remember I remember that on that page they dropped something about Crystal and her drug use or something.
Uh-huh.
I guess like
Yeah,
her.
she comes from a problem background, and I'm not
Okay.
not not judging her or anything like that. We all
Hmm.
have a past,
Hmm.
but she comes from, destruction.
So that makes sense. That makes
Right.
sense. I mean, I really would be interested in seeing her if she opens up about that. But the thing,
She should. I think people will be able to identify with her and
yeah,
understand her and empathize with her, what
yeah.
she been through, you know.
Excuse me, guys. Yeah, I think that route can work better as opposed to just the whole divorce with Neo and all of that because that storyline would get played out. And the
Right.
thing that I see with reality shows is like it can make you or break you.
Mm-hmm.
And so with you and you've been on the reality show scene, like the ins and outs of it. What do you think is the happy medium for someone going into the franchise of reality TV, putting their lives out there, people judging them, people may have like the wrong idea of them just because these things are scripted. What is that happy medium for someone who wants to get into reality TV and make it work for them?
I don't think there is no happy medium.
Mm,
I think drama sells, you know what I'm saying? I think a part of the contract is you got to bring some noise, you
hmm.
know. So I don't think that there is no positive in reality television unless you're just on like a script, not a scripted, a reality television that is for a positive movement. But anything else we at the now, girl, on Zeus Network, honey, they is all out broad. Like they is whooping
Oh,
ass. Okay, you understand what I'm saying to you? I'm talking about blood. That girl, did you watch the reunion last week, girl? The blood, the trailer before it was even 10 seconds into the show, baby, they was in the trailer.
listen. Um, Zeus,
See?
like I love my ghetto. I love ghetto shit. Excuse my language. I love get ratchet. I love all of that. But Zeus is just
Uh,
too far in the trenches for me.
uh,
Like, Zeus makes me feel like how it was with YouTube back in the day. We used to watch all the ghetto brawls. That's what Zeus feels like to me. Like Zeus just is like it's too much.
yeah.
It's too much. I remember seeing. Now I am a part of the Zeus T group.
But yes, I love the little gossip groups online. I be in there
Yes.
going off, girl. And I don't, I'm sorry for cutting you off. Let me just say this.
No, no, no. You're fine.
People be having fake accounts and stuff like that, and going into the group. I don't shield myself, and I don't. Everybody always say to me like, "You get going on there talking ask yourself." I mean, because I'm really I have been into reality television forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really, it is like my guilty pleasure, like literally.
Hmm.
Okay, and so yes, girl, I love the groups online. The little groups.
The little T group. So
Hmm.
yeah, I keep up with the T, but I have not watched Zeus. But Zeus, Zeus is taking reality TV to another level, and
Right.
I really was opposed to Zeus for a while
Hmm.
because I felt like Zeus is black owned,
Hmm.
and the things that is being shown on it, it's kind of like it's like the stereotypical black people.
Angry back people.
Excuse me, yeah, like the dysfunction, all of
Mhm.
that. But I really wonder what's that Lamille Plummer. I really wonder if there's a method to the madness, especially when they did the light skin versus dark skin battle
Mhm.
with Nick Cannon a part of that. Like that to me was just overboard because we
But
as a
that's
black
the truth. That's real reality. Like that's
no,
really
what
real.
no,
Real.
so that in itself, like colorism is a truth. It's something that has been a topic in our community. But
Mhm.
having light skinned women versus dark was light skinned women versus dark skinned women in some type of battle, and I think it was called Baddies versus was it Ratchets or something like that.
And the
So
dark skin that was ratchet.
Yeah, it was like
Are
the
you
light
kidding
skin
me?
was.
I didn't see that.
Well,
I
I'm
gotta go
so
find
okay.
that.
Listen, don't take my word for
Uh,
for it. I don't know exactly if they use ratchet, but it was
mhm.
just the wording of it. So I don't know. I think it was going to be like some type of live event where the girls are battling. I don't know, battling each other, seeing who's the baddest and all of that kind of stuff. But I like yes, that is a reality, but I do feel like there is a better way to showcase that reality. Like actually put the story behind it and not have these group of women battling each other over light skin versus dark skin. But maybe I don't see the bigger picture in what they're doing right now.
Right. And I agree. I think colorism is an everyday thing that's presented to us on television.
Absolutely.
I don't think they hide it
Absolutely.
now. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? On so many different reality shows, colorism is getting the person ahead of the game so much. It is what it is. And it's been going on for years, but now this era, it's just like people just don't care. It's like people don't do things gratefully with integrity, with morals. They just put everything out there, which I kind of like. I kind of like that, but I just feel like certain things, if you're going to present this, you need to accept it when it's presented to you. You know what I'm saying? That you
What you
are,
mean?
like, for instance, on I think colorism is so on Real Housewives of Potomac with Candace and Wendy and
Hmm.
Giselle and Robin. I think colorism plays a big part into that show. And I think the girl Giselle and Robin understand their privilege.
Are they mixed or are they light skinned?
But Giselle probably is a product of, the master and the slave.
Yeah.
Honestly, because she's green eye, they come from plantation, and I'm pretty sure that was a part of her story,
Hmm.
before as well. So yeah, I just always feel like, even on basketball wise, when OG was experiencing it, she was just calling what her experience was. You know what I'm saying? And nobody, the black woman, the African American woman, is the most disrespected person moving. And we can move into our next story. I can transition into that by telling you this: the African American woman is the most disrespected woman on the planet. Okay, it's when Taraji come out, and this always come up when Taraji comes up and speak about the disrespect that they did on the movie scene for her and the unfair treatment she received. That was only because she is a dark-skinned black woman. She's not categorized in the light-skinned era, and nothing like that. So they just didn't care. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
she's
saying?
not as ungrateful as she should be. She should be grateful that someone gave her anything is how they come off to me.
Yes, like she's desperate for the position. When this woman had been in Hollywood
She's been working.
forever, got awards and all type of things. It was very disrespectful for another African woman to present this to her, though. You understand what I'm saying? A billionaire African American woman, and it's time that people is exposed for that. You know what I'm saying? Because this woman should be making 1 million or 2 million of film. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Paying her 500,000, but we're not going to get into that because it seems like we talk about that every week.
But I feel like I could talk about that and really like it's like every time we talk about it, I have new ideas and new things to
Yeah.
say. Like,
Me too, girl. And you see, I use it as an example for
yeah.
everything. You know what I'm saying? Because that's
Hmm.
what it really is. That's what it really is. That, people, the color of your skin, people just don't have respect for you. They feel like you shouldn't have the equal conversation with them. You shouldn't receive the equal pay for you. They should not have to explain themselves to you. They have dehumanized you because of you being a black African American woman, honey. Understand that. So
Yeah,
that's
I
why
do. I do think I would like for us to talk more about it,
Mhm.
just about this topic. Because I wrote on it years and years ago when I first started writing. I wrote a script on it, you know. And I do think that it's time for us to have these conversations and kind of mend that gap between,
Right. The uncomfortable conversations. It's okay to
oh
have the conversation when you got a good intent behind the conversation. You
yeah,
understand what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
you're trying to bring change to the world. It
Yeah,
is okay to have
absolutely.
it. If you're just gonna have the conversation and don't put no action behind it. And that's what Taraji was saying. You understand? That's what Monique is saying. That's what Nene Leaks is saying. You know what I'm saying? Treat me, I'm making y'all all these millions of dollars, honey, off of my name and my likeness and all of that. Pay me what I'm worth. You understand? I'm not mad at them. You
Well,
know?
I really haven't. I have not. I have not gotten to the point to where I can fully bear arms with Monique. I haven't. And I haven't seen the interview
Tell
yet.
me more. Go ahead, tell me more. Why you feel
I,
that way?
because I do think that here's the thing. Monique, I grew up watching Monique, because my aunt loved Monique, and I absolutely love what Monique stood for. I
Mhm.
come from a family of bigger women. Everybody in my family are bigger bone, except for my mom's immediate fit, like my mom and her kids. My mom was the smallest, but growing up growing up with my aunts and my uncles, like my uncles, that they have wives that are bigger, even my brother and the women that he's attracted to, this has always been like around me, my reality. So I love what Monique stood for. But as far as her Netflix special, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't think that it was as relevant today. And from what I've heard, the reviews were horrible. And I don't think it has much to do with her being black, a black woman. The same thing that I said about Nicki Minaj is what I wanted to see from Monique is that balance. Yes, you are a legend, but you still have to deliver as a legend.
Mhm.
Like Dave
You gotta stay
Chappelle.
iconic.
Exactly. Dave Chappelle is a legend, and we all miss Dave Chappelle, when he went on his hiatus. But when he came back, he delivered. If Dave Chappelle would have came back and didn't deliver, we would have just, he wouldn't have been as relevant as before. So it's hard for Monique. It's like, yes, there's truth in it, but it's just so many different factors. Her husband rubs me the wrong way. It's just
Mhm.
so many different factors. So that's why I say it's hard for me to bear arms with her right now. Her son has came out. Did you see that about her son?
Yes, I've been saying it's been something daily, you know. They're responding to each other through the internet.
And that's the thing. You said it, Dambrio. That's the thing that's making it hard for me to bear arms with her because as kids, as children, we all reach that point where we realize the flaws in our parents. You know what I'm saying? We reach that
Right,
point where we kind of like, just you understood the things that your parents did that just rubbed you the wrong way. But
right.
because as a child, think um, with me having a son, my son is only 6 right now, but I know at some point when he get older, there are going to be things that he don't agree with that I have done. Although in my heart I'm doing everything in my power, I'm doing
With a
everything
good intent.
with a good intent. But I
Hmm.
am open to the fact that maybe along the way there are some things that he may not like.
And
So
you
I
make,
can't.
but you're human and make mistakes.
Well, yes. So
Hmm.
what I'm saying is that I can't relate to Monique as a mother in that space yet because I haven't reached that point. But I don't like the fact of her addressing her kid through social media, through the internet, because it seems like she is more of trying to defend herself, her image, and this thing that she is working for instead of actually working on a relationship with her son.
And
You know.
understanding what he's saying, because he's obviously he came to the internet, he's crying out for help. You
Hmm.
know, and it looks like the text messages that she put out looks like they were communicating with a good intent and love coming from both ends. You know,
I
so
do feel that way.
mm-hmm.
I do feel that way. I don't agree with the going to the internet and saying, we bought this for you and we bought that for you. And having your husband speak for you, you
Yes,
know,
he
you
should
know,
stay out of it.
like right, and I
Hmm.
get it. When you're married, you're one and all of those things, but if your son came before this your husband, you got to understand what he sees and what he feels, so those things making it hard for me to bear arms with Monique because it's like it just seems like it's the same thing I got from Cat Williams. You're kind of throwing people under the bus
To
to
get where you're going.
bingo.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But I also, what Monique and her son is doing is, I don't like that. But far as what she's saying about Hollywood and how Oprah and her experience with Oprah and Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry. I believe that because she presented receipts. You know, she presented the phone call with the apology from Tyler Perry or whatever he was saying. You know, Lee Davis made a public apology to her. You know, and I felt like listen what they paid her for Precious. Precious was such a good movie, honey. This woman won an Academy Award, an Oscar. Okay, she did damn good in that movie. You know how much she was confiscated for that movie? $50,000.
Well,
Fifty thousand dollars from all these millionaires. Okay, billionaires.
well, I can agree with that. I do think that at that time, we didn't know that Precious would be that big. Precious became
An overnight sensation.
yes. So whenever like for me, I'm still an actress. I haven't done much, right? So
Mhm,
for me, for instance, a perfect example, the show that I was a part of was just on YouTube.
mhm.
Literally, I just wanted experience. So I'm reaching out to people. It was only on YouTube. I wasn't getting paid for it. I never got paid for it. And so
It was networking.
yeah, so what I agreed to when I started that show was no payment. I'm just working, I'm just getting the experience.
The
During the time,
exposure.
yes, during the time of us filming, it got picked up from Tubi on Tubi. Now,
Okay.
this was before Tubi was as big as it was. I think Tubi became really big around quarantine, during that
Right.
time, last
You ain't
couple of
had no
years.
choice but to watch shit for free, and ain't got no money to pay your cable bill. So Tubi, what it's gonna be? Okay.
Exactly. So now that the show now that the show is on Tubi is very popular and all of those things. And I'm pretty sure that the writer, she's, receiving her money and her income, that would be kind of um foul on my end if I was to go out and say, well, yeah, I'm on this show on Tubi and she's making this money and I didn't get paid anything. And that's just to say, if years from here I keep working and keep acting and all of those things,
You could put
so
that on your resume.
exactly. So I
Right.
do think we're precious. I get it. I just think that I can understand where Monique is coming from, but it's hard for me to bear arms with her right now. It's
Right.
hard for me. It's hard for me to bear arms with her right now.
It-
And Tasha K made a good point, and I hate to agree with Tasha.
I can't believe Tasha K is somebody you will quote behind because her
I hate
credibility is totally shot. And a
you
federal judge made that choice along with 12 juries.
but this is the thing about Tasha K that I applaud, and that I applaud for anybody, is that Tasha is herself. She's unstoppable.
Hmm.
You know, because for someone to
She's
look
driven,
driven,
and
you know,
she's tunnel vision. She's more straightforward.
that's the thing that I respect about her. And that in the
Hmm.
beginning, because I'm a Cardi B fan, I wanted to hate Tasha so bad. I
Hmm.
wanted to hate her, but that's one thing that I do appreciate about Tasha, is that she say how she feel, and
Hmm.
it's just what it is with that. But Tasha says that she met Monique at the very beginning of her career, and Monique saw what she was doing and gave her the advice to bring another black woman up with her, bring another sister up with her. And Tasha says that she has shared her platform with people over the years due to her advice, and she questioned who has Monique brought up with her.
Hmm.
So, the whole point of Tasha's rant was that,
Practice what you preach.
exactly, put in the work, for your work is not showing for it, to include the Netflix. So yeah, that's pretty much my thing with
Yeah,
these.
but I just feel like I understand what you're saying, and everyone is entitled to their opinion, and that's what I love about you. See,
Absolutely.
I love a person that is very set forward with their opinion, and this is how I feel. I'm not going to float this way because of me and you co-hosting, and this is how you feel, and I love that. That's what I totally love about you. Okay,
I'm open. I'm open to
yes,
it.
I
Yeah.
know. I mean, you. I know very clearly what you is able to do. But this is what my point. Monique did not complain about the $50,000 that she was paid. She said she had
Mhm.
no problem doing everything that she was agreed to do in that contract. She said this was when they wanted her to go abroad to different countries overseas and promote the movie with no pay. That's when it
Mhm.
became a problem. That's where, she didn't have a problem with them. They had her blackball and said she was difficult to work with because she would not work for free. That's what it all boils down to. She's probably exaggerating, and I don't think she's exaggerating, honestly. I really
Mhm.
don't. But I think she's probably giving TMI too much information with
Mhm.
what she's doing, and it's the delivery that the people is turning against her. But it looks like she's been vindicated. But this, with her son, is turning people back off. You understand what I'm saying? What she's doing with her son, she's violating again. Girl, listen, your son had problems, whatever he got going on. Mental illness is such a big thing going on in the United States, around the world right now, that, honey, there's nothing to try to expose him for that and look for empathy behind trying to
Absolutely.
degrade your son for being mental ill.
Is that what she did?
Well, that's what her son felt. That's what his response was. Like, are you kidding me? Usually, when people talk about another person's mental illness and make fun of that, these type of people. What was that damn noise?
Oh, that was on my laptop.
Oh, okay, girl. I'm like,
Okay, no,
shit.
no, I'm
That's.
sorry. I'm sorry. Let me put it on do
I'm
not
like, what
disturb.
was that, child? Girl, with shit going on in this world, honey, any type of beep beep or something like that, you need to investigate.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
ma'am. I agree.
But yeah, he was just saying, like, when people make fun of, usually when people make fun of mental illness, some people might go and take their life, can't deal with that,
Absolutely.
and I understand him. That's what I'm saying, that she's losing people again, that she needs to chill out. You know what I'm saying? And if you and your son got a problem, the Texas look very, very loving and warming and openly to one another. And that's how they should continue to communicate, because they're portraying online as they're like, there's like a frenemy amongst the mother and son. And I think the husband do need to mind his business. What is his name? Uncle said or something?
His name is Daddy.
No, the son was known by Uncle. She married
Who?
Uncle. That's what the son said. He didn't know him by daddy. He knew him
Oh yeah,
by
yeah. That
Uncle.
that is true. What is going on with my thing? Now that is true. She did say that was his uncle. I
Yeah,
wonder. I wonder if he was friends with the daddy. But let me mind my business.
yeah, because that's why he's saying that he's not accepting him to calling him daddy, because his daddy is a present person in his life. Like, his daddy wants to be a daddy, so he's
Hmm.
not going to disrespect that man and allow this man's son to call him daddy.
And
You
that's
know,
rightfully,
well,
Monique.
that is
Monique is the only one
understandable.
calling her husband daddy.
I understand that too. I understand that too. Not only do I understand it, I kind of understand like their relationship, because I used to have a lot of women friends that they meant, like, they meant what they men said was the word is bond. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was Bible. You know what I'm saying? They move under what they men say, and that's how what I get from Monique. Monique is an old school girl. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the game was back then. Now, honey, women is more independent and wearing the pants, and the niggas wearing the skirts.
I can agree with that because that's how I grew up. The influence of women, around me. Seeing my aunt and my uncle. My favorites, my uncle Ben and my aunt Estelle. Like, whatever my uncle says goes. But my uncle has that type of authority over everyone. If my uncle says he wants everybody to show up to this event, to his house on this day, everybody shows up because he requested it. So, I do get it. I do get that dynamic. I grew up in that old school type of dynamic,
Right.
So, but I do think that whenever I see women that are
Submissive.
no, not even submissive. Whenever I see, I really feel like her husband is putting a battery in her back. And as of for now, I can't say if I think it's with good intention or bad intention. I can't say that right now because we have to see in the end how it plays out. Maybe he saw the things from the beginning and he's saving her.
Right.
Maybe, but I definitely think that it's under influence of him. I just can't say if it's a good influence or a bad
Well,
influence.
I don't think it's a good influence. I think that he brings a bad reputation on her. I think she comes off very caring, and she
I get
means
that
what
from
she
her.
say. You know what I'm saying? I get off loyalty from her. She's a loyal person. So that's what I get from her.
That's a good observation. That's a,
But first, I wanted to move on to. Did you have something that you want to discuss?
it really hasn't been too much going on. I will say personally, I did. I made an entire think piece about Taylor Swift winning the album of the year. Did we talk about that last week?
No, we didn't, honey. But Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift, honey. But we can't take away she is a talented young lady, but
That was the whole point
they
of what
put too
I'm
much power.
saying. I made a big because as for the Grammys, since Lauryn Hill, only two black artists have won album of the year since 1999.
Wow.
And that's Bruno Mars and Outkast. And Taylor has won album of the year, I think, four times.
Mm,
Beyonce has the most Grammys, but has never won album of the year. And she
hmm
has lost a couple of times from I know Taylor Swift and Adele. But yeah, so I did all of that think piece about Taylor. Because I did, although I know Taylor's name, I probably only know two of her songs, and just those dynamics in the music industry. But I ran across her songs and I'm like, she is her pen is great. Like,
hmm
she is very talented. So I had to correct myself because
Right.
I really was saying that she was overrated, but I'm
hmm
a fan of Taylor Swift now. What they call him, Swifty? I don't know what they call it, Taylor's Army or whatever. I'm part of it. I like her. She's okay with me.
Well, yeah, that's what Jay Z little speech was about Beyonce not winning the album
hmm
of the year after all these years. But I think Taylor Swift is very talented. You see her arguments and her beefs is always with the greats, like Kanye West. I don't care what people think about Kanye West. Kanye West is very, very intelligent, honey. And he's
Very.
very he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows how to do it and he knows how to make shit happen. Okay.
He does.
And he's Taylor Swift is always in the line. She's always in the line with Kanye West. Her arguments and different things like that. They put her in line with the greats. Also, I just think that, I think for the NFL, like they're tired of her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You think the NFL is tired of her?
yes. hmm I
My
think
brother,
she
my brother told me that Taylor Swift has her own highlights on YouTube. Did you know that?
I believe it, honey. She's cashing in. She's a superstar. She's an international superstar.
She
Okay.
has her NFL highlights. Like that is crazy.
Whatever she does, she's going to make a coin off of. She's an international superstar. So her team is looking up at what type of ways can we make revenue over here in the NFL.
hmm
She's dating the NFL. Her team is putting out probably a lot of these stories, which that's how the game go. But they're cashing in, honey. She's an international superstar. You
Yeah.
know,
Um. I don't have
I,
no problem with. I don't. I was beefing with Taylor over the Album of the Year award because I do feel like SZA, as far as records go, SZA deserved it. SZA has been on the charts consistently since 2023. Matter of fact, SZA is the only artist that was on the charts for the entire year. One song, but she has broken a lot of records,
hmm
and that's her coming back. Um, that's her coming back. She had a 5-year break. It came back.
and it
Excuse me.
took over.
But great for us. It's not great in those eyes. So, but I do stand corrected. Taylor is very talented.
hmm
I will stand corrected on that. Were you able to catch the Super Bowl?
Well, yeah, I seen a little bit of it. I was really tuned, and I was part of the how many 300 million that tuned in to see Usher.
That's the only thing we wanted to see was the Usher.
Yes, he killed it, honey. That coat.
Yeah.
Listen, I was talking to my aunt. My aunt is in her 70s, honey. I
Mhm.
was talking to her the other day, girl. All she could talk about is this Taylor trench coat that Usher had on. This white coat with all the shit. That's all she kept saying because it just had silver all over it. It was just silver everywhere. It was just
Mhm.
blinking. She was like, it was bad, honey. This is what my aunt was saying. I could see her movement. You see how I'm moving? I could see her movement through the phone.
Yes. Yeah.
So my
And
aunt
I
is
think
70 plus years old, honey, and enjoy Usher, okay?
I think it was such a great moment for the black entertainers because I really thought he was going to do the some of his pop songs, but
Mhm.
he really kept it for us.
A-Town.
He really kept it for his black core fans,
Hmm.
and I'm in awe of that show, that halftime show. I do think that he did amazing. Someone commented on my post. Beyonce did a ad with Verizon. I think that
Right.
they I think they
Which
paid
I
her
think was
either.
disrespectful.
Yeah, I was gonna say people said that was disrespectful. She got paid like
Mhm.
30 million, 300 million.
Girl, I understand. So this is where you got to understand that when you respect your peer, you know what I'm saying. You have respect for Beyonce and Usher has a great relationship, working relationship. I'm pretty sure, friendship and all. Okay, she should not stole his moment. She literally stole his moment, honey. And the commercial was like, "Did we go viral yet? Did we go viral yet?"
I didn't take it that way.
Well, that's how I took it because I feel like Usher ain't even get a chance to perform, honey, without this commercial coming and interrupting all the excitement about Usher. Because the next thing, all the Beyonce people is going crazy saying, "Oh my God, new music! She
No
announced new
music.
music in this commercial." This is what the talk about is for the night. Usher ain't even get 24 hours girl, of his performance. That's what I'm saying. And I love Beyonce. You know.
I can see that. I can see her dropping. I can see her dropping music. However, I do feel like that when it comes to us, it shouldn't have to be one or the other.
But
Because
your biggest Beyonce is, come on, please, co-host. Huh?
I mean, Taylor Swift wouldn't have stopped it if she had something coming out. Taylor Swift. On the Grammys, Taylor Swift dropped that she was going to be releasing an album. And it wasn't talk about her, overshadowing her peers. So I can't understand her dropping new music, but I do think that um we can have multiple legends
Right.
in the
And
building.
everybody taking the opportunity and making the best of it. Because not only Beyonce dropping her announcement of her new country music, you had Kanye do a 30-second commercial for $7 million, honey, and brought back in 20 million off of the 7 million,
Mhm.
19 and some change. That was a great thing to talk about as well. That's what I'm saying. It was so many big hits. Usher Day was this is what I'm saying. These people was in line with Taylor Swift is in line with the Beyonces, with the Kanye West. This is the conversations over Super Bowl. Beyonce, Usher, Kanye, and Taylor Swift. They're
And
not even talking about the players. This is all you hearing about is viral moments of Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday was not about the Kansas City Chiefs winning the
absolutely.
Super Bowl. It was about Beyonce new music and it was country. So that was two different stories there. Okay. You talk about Usher did his thing, goddamn it, but they stole the spotlight from him. And you talking about the 30-second commercial Kanye West paid 7 million for, and everything on the website was $20. Nothing was
And
over
I'm
twenty
mad I
dollars.
missed that
Oh, girl,
sale.
it was still going on. I checked it all
What
week. I'm just not
show?
into Kanye stuff. As soon as the commercial came out, I logged right in. I was a part of the frenzy, honey. And I was looking for me because they were saying there was shoes there. So I was going to buy me a pair of shoes,
A pair of Yeezys, right? For $20?
Yes,
I
that's
would
what
have did it.
I went on look
Oh,
for. I didn't like the clothes, and then it was. I don't wear. That's just not my style. Maybe I should have just
you
bought it.
should have bought it. Yes, and you could have resold it. You should have told me. I would have told you what to do.
Oh my God, yes, girl, because I'm not into that.
Yeezys go for like maybe like I would say like 1,000. I've never bought a pair of Yeezys, but they're very expensive.
Yes, girl. Well,
They're
I
pretty
was one
big.
that went right to the website, and I said, "Damn, everything is $20." I just couldn't get into nothing. The
I wish
high
you would
water
have.
sweatpants. They had all sizes, everything, girl. Mhm.
The high water, my boy Yeezus. I do I do understand, but from a different perspective, how iconic though, Dambrielle, how iconic is it that in 2024 for the Super Bowl, we have three top black creators who have moments at the Super Bowl. And now this is more so coming from me as a child growing up with these people. I was a kid when Kanye West came into the game. I grew up watching everything Beyonce. Beyonce, oh, seeing her from
Yes.
Destiny Childs to here, Usher, seeing Usher come back. Usher has been consistently killing it. He continues to
Yes.
evolve and grow.
He's
You
a
know,
he
so
get legend status behind his name.
and
Iconic.
he works for it, like
Yes, he does.
Beyonce, Michael Jackson are on that
True
level as far as
entertainers. Chris
entertainment.
Brown, don't leave Chris
Yes.
Brown out. Don't let them steal Chris Brown joy and let them
No,
determine his
no,
position in the
no,
industry.
no, no,
He's
no,
a
no. Dambria,
superstar, honey.
Dambria. Chris Brown is very talented.
Yes, he is.
He's very talented.
He's
But as
not the
far as
only problem one. They have
but
all type of problem
oh
celebrities.
wait, I'm not even gonna talk about that today.
Okay, because
Because,
I just
because
goes off
no,
for no
no, no,
reason.
no, no. And I already did a post where people were coming for me when I said what I said about Chris Brown. You know,
Yes,
so
don't
so
take it
you
away
know,
from him.
I'm not taking away his talent because I love Chris Brown. But
Yes.
as far as entertainment and like his shows and his sets, he has not reached that level of Usher. And it's unfair to even put him on that level because Usher has maybe a decade or two before Chris Brown. But as far
Mhm.
as
He
entertainers,
put
as
in the
far
work. He put in his just dues.
yes, like everyone says that the Usher shows is amazing. Like
Hmm.
the things that he put into it to entertain you. So as far as entertainers, Beyonce, Usher, Michael Jackson are up there on that level. And
Tina Turner.
as far as a live performances,
Yeah,
I've
you
never
don't
seen her
think
live.
Tina Turner live performance? Tina Turner is a legend, honey.
Let me watch some clips on YouTube because Tina was before my time, but she is
And Diana
amazing.
Ross, these is original
Her live
songs.
performances?
Yes, Diana Ross, baby, she flying
Well,
through the
no, yes,
ceiling.
I can
She
agree.
the
I
one
can.
they got flying through the audience, honey. That's where they got it from. You know, that's who they pay homage.
Hmm.
Michael Jackson pays homage to Diana Ross on the regular.
Well, yeah, I
Okay,
can see Diana. I
that
can see
is
that.
before your time, though. Well, what I
Mhm.
can say is Usher is legendary. Okay, Usher
I love
represented
Usher.
Atlanta skating, strippers, all
Yes.
of it. He did it in a classy way. Okay,
Classy.
these
Yes.
people was not degrading themselves, and I just loved. My only complaint about Usher setup was I just felt like their costumes was not unified. I did not
I
understand.
did see that.
I didn't understand the different costumes. It was just not cohesive to me. Nothing was cohesive. You had a person in royal blue, hot pink. It just did not go. You know, and I think it took
Yeah.
away from the set. I honestly think it took away from the set. But far as the choreography and the show, it was awesome.
It's
It
amazing.
was awesome. Another thing I didn't like of the show is that he did snippets of each song. Like I wish he would have went a beat into a few of the songs. You know what I'm saying? Because by the time you got into it, he was doing a snippet of another song.
Well, I think he did those fillers for the songs that we knew, but the other
Hmm.
people didn't. Because I think it was nice and slow. I really wanted him to perform nice and slow.
Right.
I really wanted that. But those are more classics for us for our culture. But I can see that. And he has a huge catalog for him to try to squeeze in into what was it, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, 10,
Right.
12
13 minutes. What did you think about Alicia Keys?
minutes.
Your honest opinion, please.
About her performance?
I just her overall Alicia Keys being there.
Oh, so I would have been upset if Usher wouldn't have included Alicia Keys in his set because my boo is like, oh, I love that song. But I was maybe 11 or 12 at that time. So I was in my preteen age. So that song was pretty significant in me growing up. So as far as the way that they were caressing each other, I would have been upset if they wouldn't have done that. Because just
To
if
sell
you
the
remember the
story.
video,
Right.
like they were performing, the video was them singing together and holding each other. And he had the picture of him as a kid with what looked like Alicia Keys. I was young, like, is that really her? So that video really sold that they were in a relationship. And back
Right.
then we were questioning, is Usher and Alicia dating?
Hmm.
So I would have been upset if they wouldn't have done that, and I miss those days where the artists put their business and their art first.
Right.
like artists can do a song with someone and hug up on them, and just for the sake of the song, because they're entertaining us, and it wouldn't
Mhm.
question on whether or not they were disrespecting their husband or their wife. It's like, this is just my job, is entertainment. So I didn't see anything wrong with that personally, but
I
I
just didn't think that she was for the moment, you know. I think the song was too slow. I think that they should have put more time into a supermodel, having somebody prance across the stage, walking, you know, in some more provided clothing. Her outfit, I guess it was moving in for Valentine's Day, you know. I guess that's where the red was coming in from because I just didn't get into it. I just didn't I thought it was just a waste of time, honestly. You know, I thought that he should have put more time into more up tempo songs, you know, that like he could have did a snippet of My Boo, you know, because I just thought it was just
can see
not
that.
it was not exciting. You know, it was just not exciting.
Her vocals didn't deliver.
Her vocals didn't deliver. It was just not the moment. Like he needed somebody prancing across that stage, honey, working their long legs,
It would have been
running behind
amazing.
them.
Yeah.
Yes, he could have flew Naomi Campbell in. That would have stole the show. You
A
know,
bad girl.
supermodel.
I
Yes, honey.
don't know about it. Oh, it would have
Yes,
been
you know
amazing.
that could have been that would have been the talk around the world. Naomi is an international model. You know, this
Hmm.
is the Super Bowl platform was 300 plus million was viewing this, honey. He needed somebody going across that stage, long legs, cold blooded, something fresh off the runway 2024. You know,
Yeah,
and I
I
think
can
at
see
least.
that. I can see that. Alicia did deliver. Alicia haven't made a key in years. You know,
Yeah,
uh,
I just didn't. I didn't. That didn't excite me at all. You know.
I can see that.
But I think she's a pretty girl. You know, she's very talented. I'm never going to take away from her. But the Super Bowl, it didn't turn me on at all. What Alicia Keys had going on, you know.
Yeah, I can see that. She it was her vocals were very underwhelming.
Yes, it was crackling, and then they auto tuned her for the YouTube. You know,
Like we
you
weren't gonna notice. Like
yes, if
this,
you watched it live.
like that is crazy. Yeah.
So
So
that's another whole conversation. That's what I'm saying. Nobody talked about the game. People is talking about Usher, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and Alicia Keys and Kanye West. Okay.
I appreciate that though.
This what I wanted to get your opinion on, girlfriend. I wanted to
Yes.
get your opinion on YSL defense attorney being arrested for gang related charges.
I'm still doing my research on what that
Also, you
means.
gonna put something out on that?
No, I'm about to research it now, actually, and
Yes,
see
girl,
what's
I
going on.
can't believe that. What they're saying is what I read up on it in my research. They're saying that
Hmm.
what happened is she went from a preliminary hearing and she had access to the prosecutor records, okay? And she went back and informed some of the gang members that they had warrants coming down the line and they were going to be charged with such and such. She told them this is where the tampering with the evidence coming at because she told them to go ahead and get rid of their devices and everything like that because such and such a date they're going to pick you up on this warrant. And that's how they catch people through their phone. Who doesn't communicate through their phone? Look up whatever. You know what I'm saying? Your phone is very telling of a person's character. You know, so she told him to go ahead and get rid of the phone and all of this stuff. So that's where the tampering of evidence charge come from. And they're saying this girl is being charged with gang related part of the RICO.
This is the prime example of those a particular group of Caucasian women who wants to fit in so bad and want to be accepted by black men that they are crash dummies. She's even in her videos that I posted of her, she has that little that
Desperate,
urban vernacular,
thirsty.
like speaking very urban to be accepted. And she was just a crash dummy. Like
They
she was a
played
crash.
her.
They absolutely, and she played herself. So she deserves that. Like her entire vernacular was given off just those people that want to be black. Now there's a difference with the Caucasian people who just grew up around black people. Like you
They
have this.
got it in them.
Yeah, and they're
That's
but they're
invited to the cookout
themselves.
regardless.
Right, like they're themselves. You also have Caucasian people who act themselves. They're just relatable, you know.
Hmm.
I just have it really irks me to see people who wants to be like I wanted
Someone
to
they're
be.
not.
Exactly. So yeah, even with that, she played herself. Young
So you have
Thug.
been reading up on that.
I while you was saying it, I read it.
Hmm.
I read it, and she was pretty much helping somebody and telling them to get rid of their phone. You know,
Yes,
like I heard your name in the prosecution. You know, you need to get rid of your phone. You need to do this. You know, and
that's
she
the tampering of the evidence. Because the
absolutely,
phone was the evidence,
absolutely,
and
and
they
on
can prove that.
exactly, and on top of that, that is gang related. If you're telling a gang member, you know, to do something like that, that was just not smart.
Right.
That was absolute. That
So how do you think they found out? You think the gang member told them this? And he
that's
probably had it. What you think he had it in his? Because I'm pretty sure a word of mouth, they didn't take his credibility of him just being word of the mouth and they taking him like Bible. I'm thinking he must have had some type of evidence, some type of text message, and they really got the phone and he didn't pay attention to what she was saying and they have it in evidence because they have to have something. You can't go in the court of law with he say, she say. You have to have facts, documentation, time stamped, and different things in that matter. So, do you think he told them, or you think they have the proof?
mm,
Because it looks like they got.
and then this is a separate charge from Young Thug's charge. So this was in Atlanta. So it seems like she was like one of the girls who was a lawyer,
She
but
wasn't
was not
representing this person
right. So it seemed like Young Thug got a lawyer, you know, a
to do
lawyer
his dirty, to go there and find out what's going
that
on.
no. I'm saying that Young Thug hired the lawyer for the wrong reasons. He wanted a lawyer that was that's kind of dibbling and dabbling. So
In
he
that
hired
circle,
yes, that was in the streets, but also a lawyer, and that you know, and that's just one thing that is going to mess you up.
they
You
probably
know,
were suspicious about her already. You saying?
already exactly.
Okay,
I think Young Thug made a horrible. I mean, like having her is good, but Young Thug really needed some top tier.
she had the credentials, the degree, but
Yeah,
she didn't have the experience. Because if she had the experience, she wasn't did no dumb shit like that
I think she has the experience. I just think that she's straddling both sides of the fence.
and got caught up.
Exactly. I think she's, you know, she's probably smashing somebody or once smashed somebody that's black and wants to be in, wants to be accepted.
If she's not sleeping, because lawyers and clients have their own separate time, and she's not smashing them, okay,
Yep,
the
that's
defendants.
true.
But here's my thing, and these RICO cases down in Atlanta is very popular right now. This DA attorney Fanny is her name is ringing bells. She's caught up in a lot. Both of her RICO cases is under investigation. She's under the investigation with the government because she's the one behind the RICO case on Trump and his enterprise.
Who?
With the Fanny, the DA,
Mm-hmm.
the black DA, she's on the stand as well now. The
What?
same way YSL is on the same way YSL is on trial right now. The
Mm-hmm.
DA Fanny that's charging these guys with these RICO cases, she's on the stand, honey, testifying. Not only is she on the stand, her father is as well. Okay, with the government. They're they have an investigation. Trump and them have an investigation on her, saying
Mm-hmm.
if she's a conflict of interest because she was sleeping and dip and trade and funds monies with the special prosecutor for the Trump case of stealing the election. Have you seen
Were
that?
they? No, were they messing around before?
Well, this is why they on trial. They trying to prove the timeline of them fooling around. If it was before he was appointed the special prosecutor or was it after? Because before they're trying to say if it was before they did it for quick pokro, meaning that, to get him paid, keep the money in the family, she'll get a kickback off of it, because that special prosecutor made over hundreds of thousands, maybe millions for
Mm-hmm.
the investigation into Trump and his enterprise.
Hmm.
So that Fanny is her name is ringing bell. So I'm trying to see if both of these cases finna be blown over with a conflict of interest because even though the lawyer was arrested on the behalf of YSL, YSL team can make a statement that, well, this is all not right. It's a conflict of interest on everybody's behalf. So
Mm,
that's what's going on in Atlanta with these. She have two RICO cases open right now, Trump and YSL.
that same lawyer.
That same DA, yes, Fandy. And she was on that stand yesterday. The way she was speaking on that stand, it was not a professional way. But what she was saying was true. What she was saying, what an African American woman would say when we sitting around our kitchen table, like, don't
Hmm.
play with me. Don't question me. You know this a damn lie. That's how she was speaking basically on the stand. I seen a few highlights of her.
I
You
wonder what's
know,
going to happen. You know, I don't even know why they're going so long in this trial with Young Thug. Like they keep prolonging it. He's
because I don't think they have nothing. When the feds carry you on like this, that's like when the feds come and get you on indictment. Okay, the feds can hold you while they are building a case against you. So
right.
what they does is they lock you up, put you in confinement.
Hmm.
They're taking your phone calls, they're taking your visits, everything you understand when you do fed time. You're talking through the telephone, even on the visits, I believe. I
Yeah,
don't know because I
yeah.
never, that's
I,
not
I
my
visited my
life.
daddy once in the Fed, so yeah, that's
So
one of
are
them
you communicating him face to face or you're communicating through the
on the
phone, which is all
phone.
recorded? The
Mm-hmm.
whole conversation recorded. They are building a case against you. Okay. This goes
Trying to
back to
get the
what
evidence that they didn't
has.
have because my dad got convicted off of I forgot what it was called then when people come in and they say yeah he's a drug dealer. I see him do drugs, deal drugs. They didn't catch him on hardcore evidence. It was just more of if they get enough people, enough of those inmates
Right.
to talk. So that makes sense. So I mean I would. It's hard to say if I want to see Thug free because he has
What?
done a lot. He has done a lot, but that's gang related, and I'm not in gangs. I don't
That's
have.
the life. That's the life they chosen. That's
Mhm.
why I'm saying that when you choose these type of lives, this is what you're choosing for your run. You understand, meaning that if your family member is involved in this type of stuff, I understand and can empathize and sympathize with people who losing a loved one to violence and different things like that. I don't never want to feel like I'm being cold-hearted to that. Okay, but when
Yeah.
a person is doing this type of stuff, these are a part of the consequences: jail time, football numbers, or death 6 feet under. Okay,
Do you think that with these people getting into this life younger, do you think they have the knowledge to make the best choice?
no. And I think that these kids are so influenced by these rappers with lean and under the influence that they're doing stuff out of emotion and under the influence, not in their right state of mind. When they're making these decisions, me and my girlfriend was just talking about this the other day. And I think that when they are locked up, they're sober and they have time to think and understand what they have done.
But they
Okay.
get out and they do some of them get out and do the same thing.
Because that's all they know. This is what I'm telling you. When a person get out of jail, they need to go somewhere else and rehab. You
Instead
understand?
of their
And get
environment.
introduced. Right. Because back to the same environment, what else I'm going to do? How else am I supposed to survive? This is all I know. They need to go to but they need to be released from the prison into another place where they have freedom. They can go as they want to, but somewhere else in some type of trade, some type of benefit to them. Like usually guys that come out, did all these football numbers, they become truck drivers, they get their CDL, and them are good ways to go. You understand? And they need to have more of that being promoted to people that's coming out from doing jail time being institutionalized. And
Absolutely.
that's just what it is. That is just what we are as African American people. I came from real projects, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I done seen it all. Okay,
Yeah.
so I understand that this is a part of what the way they have it written out for you. You have to want change and do it for yourself. You
And I,
know,
I and I do want to add that I know sometimes you can get discouraged and feeling like, when you understand that the system is against you, you can get discouraged and say that, this is all that I have. Like, but
True.
the worst thing that you could do is give up on yourself.
Right.
Worst thing that you can do is give up on yourself. Yes, the system is against you. It's against people that look like you. It's against your mom, your dad.
Hmm.
It's this trap, but you don't have to accept that defeat. It's hard
You
coming
better say
out of
it.
that. It's hard coming out of that. But if you find some type of faith in something outside of yourself, whether it's religion, whatever it is that you believe in, if you find some type of faith, you can get out of it. Because I don't what helped me get through it is that I don't believe that God has this plan for me for the rest of my life. I can't accept that. I can't believe that.
But
But
you gotta believe that for yourself first. Before you
exactly,
even put it in the Lord's hand, you gotta put it in your own hands because you are
absolutely,
responsible for your own actions.
yourself.
You know.
Exactly. Exactly. So yes, that in and I think this ties into everything that I was saying, even about Monique. So yes, it is true that there's unfair treatment, and yes, it is true that the system is against you, but there has to be some type of responsibility of yourself to get you out of that.
Accountability. Right.
Accountability. We could point fingers all day, and I
Right.
think
Making
one thing.
excuses.
Ex- Exactly. One thing that I've learned to do is, I feel sorry for myself for maybe a day or
Hmm.
two, but
Yeah.
I focus on what's the solution? What can I
And
do?
that is so true. I love that you said that because that is a true statement, and that's real. That is what's wrong with people as myself. Okay, always looking for a scapegoat instead of facing it, saying, "This is the cards that I'm dealt. Now, how can I make this better for myself?"
What's
I
next?
agree. Yes. What's next in a positive way that is going to be beneficial to me for the long run. You understand? And that is so true. That is
And
that.
I have that problem, Dembry. I really have that problem because the thing we get caught up in the be humble thing, and I'm very humble and I'm very grateful because I look at the things that I have done that could have went another way. So I
Mhm.
feel like
Where
I'm
you came from. You look at where you
yeah.
came from.
Exactly, and I'm like, I feel blessed. I feel like maybe God just had his hands on me. You know,
God
uh,
knew your heart was pure and your intentions was with even when you was doing wrong. God knew what your heart was, honey. That's why He
Absolutely.
was able to forgive you and allow you to forgive yourself and accept what you did wrong and make sure you don't make the same mistake twice.
It's that survivor's guilt, and with me being in
Hmm.
therapy, I think my therapist helped me to give myself some grace.
That's
That
right.
yes, I'm like feeling undeserving.
Because
Feeling
that's not something you truly would have done. So you
Mhm.
knew right from wrong, and you did what you had to do at the moment. That's life, honey. You understand? And you can't beat yourself, and we all do that. Like what you just said, like what you're speaking and spitting right now is nothing but
Mhm.
true facts. Okay, a lot of people deals with that, and that's why I always say therapy. Therapy is the most positive thing to do because in black families they ashame you for going laying on the couch and letting somebody else talk to you. But at the end of the day, honey, it's a lot of help because you're not going to speak to this person. Sometimes you don't have a person that you can speak your authentic truth to without being
Absolutely.
judged or used against you. You understand what I'm saying? And a true human being and a real human being with some decency have a conscience when they do wrong. You understand? So
Yeah.
I love that. Like, speak
Yeah.
your truth, honey. That's what it is. Life is what it is. Life be life, and you gotta do what you gotta do to get where you're going. And you repent and you ask God to forgive you for that mistake you made, and don't make the same mistake twice. That's how you learn, honey. That's what life is about. A learned lesson. You
I
just take heed to the lesson and learn from it, and don't be a repeat offender. You know.
I think that's my superpower. Once I
Yes.
see that I'm messing up, that I'm effing up, I'm like, okay, let me go a different direction.
Right.
So yeah, though that type of situation is sad. And I do want to see Thug free, and I just hope that he actually goes a different direction
And he
because
got some type of understanding and he repents of what he did.
Mhm.
These people ain't just where there's smoke, honey, there's fire. These people ain't
Yep.
just come at you. And I don't like to try to make like people are guilty before before they're made guilty. You know, the public make you guilty before you be made guilty for real, because you're innocent until proven guilty. But at
True.
the end of the day, these people is not coming around for no reason. You understand
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And these people ain't turned the table and snitching for no reason. Young Thug had time enough to sit in there and repent to what his actions was, ask God to forgive him, and the Lord will forgive him. If the Lord know that you was moving with a pure heart, and you know, because that gang life, I don't know nothing about it because I never lived that life, but just
Hmm.
watching different shows and stuff like that, that life is
I don't
something.
think I don't think shows is the reality of it, but I get you.
I'm
I
just
get you.
saying, being committed, when you commit to that stuff, girl, people be branding themselves. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, people is really deep down into that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
But Deborah, it comes from
That's
the
all you know.
foundation. It comes from the lack of foundation. I think that
Yes,
a lot of
I
young
agree.
boys and the few women that are in gangs, they get into the gangs because they don't
Searching for family, something deeper in, is
they,
something
they're
deeper
loyal
than.
to something bigger than themselves.
That's right. I agree. I
Oh,
agree.
oh,
I
we could talk.
agree. And that's why I'm saying people deserve a second chance. People deserve
I
to
agree.
apologize to families, because a forgiving person is a person that walks with the Lord. You should be able
Hmm.
to forgive regardless of whatever
Right.
you're going through. So yeah, girl, I just think that, I just think that Young Thug, that lawyer, was thirsty, trying to prove her loyalty at the wrong time, and she played herself.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, so we did good tonight. There's anything else you want to talk about? We can go ahead and close out. We done been on for a minute, an hour and a half, at 5 more minutes. I really enjoyed the conversation. It was
I
very,
did
very,
too.
I always enjoy you, beautiful. And I seen you been traveling, doing some traveling and having a good time. So I said, let you enjoy yourself. And I've been working, making it happen. But we got to come on and tap in with the people, honey.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yeah, I enjoyed tonight. It's very low key, laid back. Just talking about just speaking.
Viral moment. What's really going on? Like the
Yeah,
truth, like being
yeah,
able to relate to some of these people as celebrities. There's
yeah.
so much we could have talked about, but we're gonna tap into that
Yeah.
another time. But
Mm-hmm.
this is what I did want to say, is that I'm just rooting for Kanye to get it all the way together. I want them to let Kanye back in. If they don't let him in, I want him to create a platform where he'll be able to play his music with no problem. Will he be able to do anything? I hate
Yes,
that.
because they took his album off of
I
streaming.
hate that.
And the
I
album was
hate.
so good. I was in the car. I was gonna play it for my brother, and he says that the record label doesn't permit streaming of this, and I'm like, what? It's so amazing.
Yes.
He probably leaked it, but I don't have no worries for Kanye. Kanye has every characteristic and attribute to survive and make it.
Mhm.
To Kanye is a legend in my eyes. He's an icon in my eyes, and
Yes.
he has that grit. So I don't have any worries for him. I feel like if they don't open the door for him, he gonna kick it down.
Yes.
And I'm there rooting for him.
And
Every
that's what I'm
way.
saying. That's what I wish you. Go ahead, Kanye. Don't even
Mhm.
depend on these people to play your music. Make a way out of no way. You
Mhm.
know. That's what I want Kanye to do. And because he have a lot of people that stand behind him, that truly
Absolutely.
and love his talent, the same way with Chris Brown. They try to Kanye shows you, honey, cancel culture is for people who believe in cancel culture. Because you
Mhm.
can't cancel Kanye. They done hit him in the pocket, tried to destroy his money. They
Mhm.
tried to stop his moneymaker, which is his product. They
Mhm.
did everything possible. This man, mama is here. Kanye is standing on his own 10 toes, honey, and he is fighting the machine. Okay.
He's unstoppable. And then he got Northwest.
Yes, that's right. That's his. Northwest is his motivation. You know.
North. There's something about a daddy's girl, but there's
Yes,
a difference when that daddy's girl. She's a spitting image of him, and she's
his
you know
demeanor and everything.
yes, Northwest is going to make waves in the world. She has
Yes.
been
Well,
humbling
she's
her
learning
mother.
from the best, honey.
Yes, so I think Kanye is going to be okay, and I actually think I'm gonna watch this documentary
Uh
just
huh.
because it's Friday. I want to rewatch it. I want to
But
rewatch
let me ask you this before you go. Do you find yourself riding in your car and saying, Miss Westy?
it. Yes.
Yes. You're
Please don't
sexy.
test me. Like,
Yes, girl, I be singing it. I'm telling you, I can't believe it. You know, that's what I'm telling you, girl. And I find it so funny. Like, I am really singing this 10-year-old song, okay?
we could talk about that all day. It's just it's the creative direction behind it. Kanye West is one of the top music producers, rappers in the world ever to me. I
Uh-huh.
love Kanye. I love that album. I appreciate that album because
Yes.
it was sonically pleasing. The what he does with the instruments, you know,
Yes.
and I love Kanye West. I've always loved Kanye. I love him. I absolutely love him. And I do want to end on Kanye on the note of um I wish that we would give Megan the same grace that we give Kanye,
Yes.
because we whenever Kanye does his things and his rants and things, we say that he lost his mother. He hasn't been the same since his mother died. But Megan lost her mother
Mm-hmm.
in front of us,
Yes.
in the way that we ridicule
Her
her
grandmother.
every in front of us, and the way we ridicule
Mm-hmm.
her is crazy. Even the Breakfast Club just recently they had Fabio Foreign on there. It just So you really don't believe that Tory shot Megan. And
Girl,
it's just like, why bring that up? But then he did the whole thing going on how because he was lied on, he feel like Megan lied. And it's just like, bro, it's 2024. Let's leave this conversation alone. The Breakfast Club is a voice for the Black culture. Like we wake up and we listen to the Breakfast Club and what they say. And for you guys to do this and to air this, so yeah, that's just a little rant that
they let me just say this on that, sister. They sound like Trump and Putin, honey, with alternate facts, okay? Everybody and their mama know that that boy shot her. The court found him guilty. They can say whatever they want to say. That's if you allow yourself to listen and promote that bullshit. That's where we go back to the African American woman is the most disrespected. Okay,
absolutely.
Megan is the face of that. Okay,
Absolutely.
but what I can tell you is that Megan is going to outstand this storm, honey. The storm is almost over. She's independent.
And cry
She done signed distributor deals that no one did in
ever,
the music industry. Okay,
ever.
she's doing things that's going to carry her. This just a little bump in the road that she's going through, which is going to flatten that out. And the people love to try to take this girl down, but she's standing the storm. I can
She's
tell you
so
that much.
strong. She
And
is.
and I love it about her. I'm rooting for her. I try to support
Absolutely.
anything. She's been very authentic with everybody. She's been very vulnerable with everybody, especially with her mental illness. The song that she
Mhm.
put out a couple months ago, she was tapping in
She was
some
talking
real.
about slitting her wrist, and people
Yes, that's
like,
real.
do you not hear what she's saying?
It's
And all
real,
she wants
honey.
sympathy. It's like, oh my God, I will encourage anyone out there. My last take on this. I will encourage anyone out there that if before you form an opinion on that situation and an opinion on someone, um, let's make sure that we're reading beyond the headlines because a lot of the stuff comes from just clickbait, clickbait and blog posts and
Cloud
headlines.
chaser.
Yeah, so for me, from the very beginning of the case, when the case first started, I said, I'm not going to have a take in this. I'm not going to have an opinion in this. I'm going to research for myself. I wasn't
And
on
present
Megan's
facts.
side. Yes, I wasn't on Megan's side. I wasn't on Tori's side. I gave Tori a benefit of the doubt, and I gave Megan the benefit of the doubt. And honestly, I went into my research with thinking that Megan is lying because that's what everyone was saying. Although I
Right.
didn't feel she was, I'm just like, maybe I'm wrong. Let me
You
look
was
at the
believing
facts.
the narrative because it was so heavy.
Exactly. Once I got into the facts, the facts speak for itself. So that's one thing that I would suggest to anyone. And that situation is dear to my heart because it hurts to see Black women be bullied and ridiculed the way
Yes.
that is disgusting.
And
That's all
thank
I
God. Thank God she didn't take her life. But the thing about that, I'm just going to say this: is the thing about that is that Tory Lanez made himself guilty when he made that phone call the next day, where his guilty conscience laying in that jail cell and sobering up because he went a drunk person speaks to sober mind. You understand what I'm saying? And the truth. Okay, so when he laid there all night and called to that girl and was apart, this is what we just was saying. The phone calls is the
Mm-hmm.
case that they are building against you.
Mm-hmm.
Understand that. Know that. Like these kids, scammers and shit. All you go all their stories on Instagram and Facebook. $200,000 in their hand, $300 Gucci shoes on. You the police don't need no snitch no more. All they gotta do is go to your story because you
Mm-hmm.
telling on yourself because you so goddamn thirst trapping and clout chasing that you giving them a case right on you. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's what Tory Lane said. That phone call was his guilty plea right there. When he called, he apologized for his actions that he did the night before shooting at that girl, talk about bitch dance. He did that. That's true.
He
I
shot
am
it.
I believe that.
That phone call and him not taking the stand
Right.
to
Well,
defend
I
himself.
don't think he should could have took the stand because them lawyers is so trained. They would love for you to take the stand. They would have told him a new asshole. You understand what I'm
But,
saying to
but
you?
that but that is what the training was for. That's what you work with your lawyer for, is for cross examination. His first lawyer actually refused, advised him, and there's an email out where she said that, I don't stand for your defense. I don't stand for the defense that Kelsey shot you. The only way that this can work is if this happens, this had happened, and if we cross train you very well. Tori, from that conversation, dropped her and went to
Got a
another
new
lawyer
lawyer.
who was going to go with his defense method of that Kelsey shot her. This lawyer is telling you that this is not going to work. You
Right.
can't go into the court and say that this woman shot her. So that's Tory's fault. And like I say all the time, he got off very easy. He got 3 gun charges and only got 10 years.
Right.
I think I don't know no
And
other.
he's a convicted felon prior.
I,
You
I
know.
don't know. I don't know no other black man that can
It
have.
was the celebrity status and the lawyer, honey. They had to make an example out of him by giving him the 10 years. But
Mhm.
that's not what he should have received because he was wrong. What I really didn't like about what they did to Meg is that he just would not take accountability for his actions. And he
At all.
taunted her. He bullied her. He had all his peers harassing her. Okay, making diss songs about her.
Absolutely.
And he is so guilty about you. But you know what, honey? He's going to have to answer to that.
He
You
got to
understand what I
answer
said to you?
one
I
day.
don't care if it's 20, 30 years down the line, honey. What you do, what you reap, you must sow. And he's going to answer to what he did to her. How he has
Absolutely.
made this woman life a hostile. Her life is very hostile. Okay. She can't go, she's going to the Grammy. She's being taunted and bullied. She's online. Like, I can't believe that she didn't take her life. Not promoting uh 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 committing suicide, but this is what she said in her own music. You understand what I'm saying? And that being harassed and bullied to that level will make you think twice. Okay,
Absolutely.
that's all I'm saying. But yeah, girl,
Absolutely.
we're gonna close it out. We didn't talk for a while. We'll catch up. Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. We truly do
Yeah.
appreciate y'all. And if you want to go ahead and tell them where they can locate you at, sister.
Hello, Miss Darlene. Let's see. She used to say hello, ladies. All right,
Hi.
guys. You can catch me on all platforms, JAYNESHA. I think on YouTube we are JAY_NESHA. I have some music reviews. We're doing music reviews right now. I just recently did Glorilla. Yeah, Glow. That's my song. I
And
love it.
LeBron been giving her like nice shout out too. Her
Yeah.
and we didn't even touch around. Oh, we'll touch on this another day. We didn't even
Oh,
touch
yeah.
on Yo Girl SZA, Dre, and Drake and Summer Rae in that hospital baby with the baby delivery. I just loved that. Okay.
I did. And I also have a music. I've recorded all of my reviews. I am editing it. Editing is
Okay.
like the worst part. But yes, I do have some music reviews coming. I am going to be dropping some. I want to do just some regular TV show reviews. I think I want to go back and do Griselda because that show is amazing. So yeah, guys, you can follow me on all platforms. I will be more active on YouTube. You could definitely, excuse me, that wine getting to me. You can definitely follow me on Facebook. Facebook, I just talk about the hot topics, but YouTube is where we're just gonna chill out, watch some stuff, talk about it, listen to some video. I mean, listen to some music and talk about some things. Um, that is the main thing that I have coming up. I will be having an event for content creating. I am collabing with one of my friends here. She's an amazing branding specialist. She does like graphic designs and stuff. So we will be having an event coming up in April that will be leaning more into. And I do have some more events in the work. So yeah, and once I'm able to reveal that, we're gonna talk about it. But yes, JAY_NESHA, Facebook JAYNESHA.
Yes. All right. Well, good night,
Good
everybody,
night,
and
good night, good night, everyone.
We'll see you guys next week.
Did you cut off already?